everybody, this is Graham Guthrie at the Trading 8 for 8 channel. Welcome to today's 30-minute workout. If you're interested in what's to come, please take a moment and click on the down arrow just below this screen. It's going to give us an idea of today's goals, muscle groups we're going to focus on, equipment needed, as well as the types of movements, sets, and reps. Take time to focus on your form above all else. As you get stronger, more confident, the pace will pick up. You can either match mine or push through it. If you like the day's workout, please like our video, subscribe to the channel, and share with your friends and family. Without further ado, let's go get it. So today's workout is going to be for our core and some mobility. Without further ado, let's get started. We're just going to warm up through the hips. So what we're going to do is get a real nice wide stance, at least shoulder distance, wider than shoulder distance. And then we're going to do what's called a lateral squat. So lateral squat, keeping our feet planted, toes perpendicular to the wall in front of us. We're going to drive our hips back, shift our weight to one side, feel a stretch in the inside of the leg, maybe a stretch on the outside of the glute, and then we're going to bring it back to the other side. And just be careful of letting the knees come forward. Like most of my workouts, hold for about a 5 count and then slide back to the other side, trying to keep your hips low. Today's workout is going to be warm up, then we're going to 2 supersets of 3 movements. We're going to try to knock as many supersets out as we can. I'm going for at least 3 of each. Maybe we can get 4 if we're motoring through it, but it doesn't mean it's going to be easy. Take rest as you need to. As always, focus on your form. A few of the things, if you're not strong in it or it's new and it's awkward, our balance is off. We're going to do another 20 seconds here. Really feel that stretch inside of that leg. What I want you to focus on is if you're off balance or tired in any of these movements, make sure you're not crashing down to the floor. Come down with control, recognize that your form's gonna go, your balance is gonna go, and come down with control. All right, relax. Now we're gonna do trunk rotation, so it's pretty simple. Just stand nice and tall, think big chest, shoulders down the back. You do your arms out wide. Darren and I have limited space, so we're just gonna turn the hips through, turn that back heel up. And I'm just trying to get a nice stretch kind of in the mid-back. About 20 more seconds here. Basically going to be working from our shoulders through our hips, maybe just below or just above the knee for most of today's workouts or movements. All right, relax. Now we're going to do toy soldier. We're going to stand tall, put your arms out in front of you, or Frankenstein, whatever you want to call it. But we're going to try to kick our hands without reaching forward. So try to keep that upper body nice and straight, and then try to keep your legs fairly straight. The knee doesn't need to be locked out necessarily, but don't let it just bend easily. You won't feel much of a stretch in the back of the hamstring, back of the upper leg. Sun's blazing today. 10 more seconds. All right, let's come to the floor. We're going to do glute bridges, 12 of them. All right, so we do these every workout. If you're new to it, feet close to your backside, Feet about hip distance apart. You can put your hands out 45-degree angle and drive your weight through your heels by squeezing those glutes at the top. You should feel this kind of glutes, hamstrings, maybe a gentle stretch in the low back. If your quads are tight, you might feel it in the top of the leg as well. How many got it there? I'm guessing it's like 5, yeah. And then try not to let the knees cave or push out wide. And don't overextend that spine. Try to keep a nice straight line from the shoulders through the hips to the knees. Keep counting out.
11.
All right, one more. Get your 12 in. All right, so one more thing. We're gonna do bird dogs, which is in the quadruped position, which means hands shoulder distance apart under the shoulders, knees hip distance apart under the hips. And what we're gonna do is opposite arm, opposite leg. So let's start. We're gonna go right arm out, left leg out, and then we wanna find the line of our body, so we're like a tabletop, and then we're gonna do a small squeeze up, and we're gonna come through underneath, cross that elbow to the outside of the knee, reach straight out, come up, across. We're gonna do 10 each side. That's 2. And then try not to allow your hip to open up to the left. Think heel towards the ceiling, not letting that toe turn out.
6.
Your foot should be vertical. Shoulders away from the ears,
7.
as always.
8. 9.
All right, finish up your 10, and then we'll meet us on the other side. All right. Left arm, right leg. Reach straight out. Chest, hips square to the floor. When you're raising that arm, raising that leg above your body line, above your head, above your back, feel a gentle squeeze.
5.
Halfway.
6. 7. 8. 9. 10.
All right, so first 3 movements is going to be a V leg raise. So instead of keeping the feet together, we're gonna keep them wider apart. Then it's an L sit up. And then we're gonna do a Superman, which is, we're gonna be prone, laying on our front. We're gonna try to lay or raise your legs, your arms off the ground. We're gonna do a small variation of that, of how we've done it previously. So, 15 reps, June 9th, 6 plus 9, 15. If you can't do 15, no worries. Try to get as many as you can together with good form. If anything starts to hurt or the tension adds up, take a break. See if you can knock out the set before we move on to the next exercise. If you're short of any reps, again, just kind of take count of how many you're typically getting in, and then try this workout again some other day. Figure it out. All right, V leg raises. So we're gonna focus, push that mid back into the floor, low back into that floor. We're gonna keep our feet wide, and you're just gonna bring the legs up. Try to keep them as straight as possible as you come up. If you wanna make it easier, bend the knees and come up. You're gonna, if you have your feet bent, or your knees bent rather, feet low, it's gonna shorten the range of motion. So 15 reps, starting in 3, 2, 1. Don't kick me in there. And then always try not to like momentum up to the top, but control it at the top, at the bottom. If you can get a nice little curl of the tailbone off the floor, added range of motion. And of course, we want to breathe.
7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12, 13, 14, 15.
All right, next one is simple. We're gonna legs straight out. And we're just gonna keep our hands, you can keep them overhead or start with them over your shoulders. And this is an L sit-up. So what we're trying to do is sit up nice and tall. Really sit with a big chest as you come up, and then slowly lower yourself as you come down. Try not to kick your feet up and counterbalance the upper body. We're trying to keep the upper body nice and strong, that core nice and strong to get you all the way up. If you struggle with this, just do a classic sit-up. Bend the knees. If you need to anchor your feet under something, couch, partner's hands, feel free to do so. 15 reps. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. 1, 2. And really focus pushing those hips through. And you might notice
4,
your feet slide maybe an inch or two forward and back, but try not to, again, raise those heels up off of the floor. Again,
7,
don't momentum up to the top.
8,
I'll get to talk a lot while Adair's counting. That's great.
9, 10, 11,
4 more. You got this.
12, 13, 14, 15.
All right. So we're going to come on to our chest for the next one. This is going to be a minute long. Actually, we'll do 45 seconds. How about that? 4 minutes a long time, but 45 seconds doesn't mean we're going to hold necessarily for the entire 45. But I want you to hold as long as you can. Same idea. If you need to come out of it, recognize that you do. Slowly lower out of it. Take a break when you're ready. Come back into it. So this Superman hold, we're going to go arms down to the side, and we're going to bring our hands up, shoulders back and away from the ears. And we're going to just try to pull as much as of our upper body and our lower body away from the floor. But that doesn't mean we can bend our knees to do so. So you got to squeeze the glutes, lock out the quads, lock out the knees, and then shoulders away from the ears. We're going to come up. So it's like you're pushing your belly button into the floor as you come up. All right, we're going to start in 5 seconds. 3, 2, and come up. And again, we're just trying to hold as long as we can. And make sure you breathe in this position, even though your whole core is kind of locked out. Everything's engaged. You should be firing your muscles. Basically, shoulders, back, glutes, hamstrings, quads. Everything's fired up. If you need to come down, come down. Take rest. Put your hands up a little higher. There we go. I guess Superman always does one hand forward. It's not us today. We're almost there, less than 10. 3, 2, and 1. Come down. Good work. So that's our round. Let's speed through 2 more, and then we'll see how many of our last superset we can get done. So 15 V leg raises in 3, 2, let's go.
1, 2, 3,
Breathe in on the way down, exhale
4,
as your legs come up.
5,
Trying to keep the feet
6,
as wide as the shoulders,
7,
maybe slightly wider.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Whew. Lower abdominals on fire. 15 L sit-ups in 3, 2, and 1.
1,
If you need more time, take it.
3, 4, 5,
Really push that chest through. Try to get those arms nice and straight. Tara's doing a great job.
7,
She's even keeping her arms overhead as she comes down,
8,
which is gonna add extra resistance
9,
to her
10,
movement.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Woo! Superman.
I need some sunglasses.
I know. Some sunscreen, sunglasses. Ask yourself, what's the toughest movement we're doing here today? All right. Let's see, 45 seconds. In 3, 2, let's go. Pull those shoulder blades down the back, towards your back pockets. Squeeze the shoulders together. Try to get your hands in line with your butt cheeks, just above your hip bones, or as high as you can off those hip bones. Let's check it. We got, can't do math, 15 seconds left. Try to peel that upper body off. Squeeze the hell out of those glutes. Get those knees off the floor. Almost there. 3, 2, and 1. All right. Short break. Last round. V leg raises, L sit-ups. Superman. Ask yourself, what's the hardest of the 3, and what makes that the hardest? Is it new? Is it awkward? Is there a body part that's lacking? Core, back, whatever it may be. Recognize that. Focus on it as an area to improve. All right, feet out. 15 V leg raises. 3, 2, let's go.
1,
Mid back into that floor.
2, 3, 4, 5,
Try to slow it down a little bit more there.
6,
You can do these really
7,
slow. If these are easy to you,
8,
slow it down.
9, 10,
Momentum through it, fast through it.
11,
Just gonna make it that much easier.
12, 13, 14, 15.
All right. Stomach was screaming on that one. And again, any type of like ab movement, if you feel like there's a lot of tension build up, just do like a pencil dive on the floor. Extend everything. Reach through the fingertips, reach through the toes, lengthen out those abs, give them a rest. All right. But if you're not, you're ready to rock. L sit-ups, 15 reps, 3, 2, let's go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Great work there.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14,
That's one. Woo.
15.
All right. Roll over to our front. Get set up for our Superman. Again, squeeze everything a little bit harder from shoulders through the back, into the glutes, into the quads. 5 seconds, we come up for our 45. Last 45. 3, 2, and 1. Tuck your chin back towards your head. Breathe. Find all that tension in the body. Be able to breathe consistently through it. Because we're bracing our core doesn't mean our lungs can't work. 20 seconds left. You need to come down at any point you can. Take a rest, then come back up. Peel everything away. See how little of your torso you can have on the ground. 3, 2, and 1. All right. We're going to start on our back with dead bugs. We're going to do same side, arm and leg extending out. Then we're going to do a side plank from the shoulder to the feet. If what I'm asking you to do today is too difficult, you can just do a standard side plank, and I'll explain what that means. And that could be from your feet, from your knees. And then the last thing is going to be a plank to kind of quadruped push back, and then we're going to add a mountain climber in that. So some of this is timed, others are counts. So let's get started. Dead bug, same side. What that means is it's kind of the reverse of the bird dog, except instead of the bird dog doing opposite arm, opposite leg, we're going to do left arm, left leg. And what you're doing is knees over the hips, shins parallel to the floor when we're up here, arms above the shoulders to start. You're reaching out, almost touching the ground. Keep that mid back pressed into the floor. Mid and low back pressed into the floor. We're going to do 8 on each side. 3, 2, 1, let's go. 1, 1, 2, 2, and if this is too easy, again, slow it down. And even here, we're going to pull those shoulders away from the ears. Unshrug the shoulders. If your feet feel like they're dropping, pick those feet up. Where are we at? 4, 4?
5, 6, 7, 8, 8.
Woo! All right, so the side plank variation, we're going to go from our forearms. I'm going to show you from the side, and I don't know if Adair's seen these yet, but classic setup would be to stack the feet, or if your balance isn't that great, you would put your top foot forward. So we can do that. Come up, drive up, hips up. But what I'm going to ask is your top foot is going to kind of plant. Now I'm not putting my whole foot down, but maybe the pinky toe curls a little bit. But what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to create a bridge from the elbow through the top of the foot, and my knee's going to be forward. And I'm just going to hold shoulders back here. And we're going to try to keep everything up. So you're going to feel tension on the top leg in a different way. It's going to hit kind of the inside of that top knee. Same idea. If it feels like we're going to crash, we're going to fall, our balance is coming off, recognize that, come down with control, come back into it when you can. We're gonna do about 20 to 30-second hold on
Okay.
each side. So I'm gonna do right arm, left leg, pushed into the ground. Elbow is under the shoulder, if anything, err on the side of closer to your hips rather than to the top of your head. I'm getting blinded by the sun. All right, we're gonna come up for, let's try for 30 in 3, 2, 1. Try to bring your knee forward so it's at a 90-degree angle from the hip. Try not to leave your butt back. If you need to come out of it, come out of it. We're halfway. Shoulders away from the ears. Last 10. Don't let those hips drop. Great work. 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Now that hurts your shoulders. Just do the standard one, or maybe go from the knees, which a knee setup would be, set up the knees just in front of your body when everything's on the ground, heels towards your butt, and then drive the hips forward, creating that bridge elbow through the knees. But Adair's with me, whoever's with me, left elbow, right foot, left knee coming forward for 30 in 3, 2, let's go. And kind of take into consideration which side feels easier, which is probably going to play into which shoulder feels stronger. About 10 seconds left. Get those hips up. Woo. Almost there. 3, 2, and 1. All right.
Woo.
A lot of explaining. We're gonna do at least one more round in today's video. If you're at home on YouTube, see if you can get another 2 or 3 rounds in. So this next one is we're gonna find a plank. Your feet are gonna be about shoulder distance apart. We're gonna push the ground away and then come forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, set up, push back. So we're doing 10 pushbacks, knees to opposite elbows. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, push back, come up. And again, unshrug the shoulders. Really should feel like you're pushing the ground away from your head as you bend the knees and hips drive back. Ready? Talking and moving, leave me out of breath. All right, 3, 2, 1, push back. Come forward, 1, 2, 3, 4, set up, push back. Keep those knees low to the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4. Drive back.
3.
1, 2, 3, 4. And if you want to speed up
4.
the mountain climber, feel free to do so.
5. 6. 7.
Really come through with those knees. See how close you can get to those elbows.
9.
Last one. Whew. All right. Dead bugs. We started a couple minutes late. We're gonna keep going. I want to feel what at least another round feels like. Got sweat in the eye. All right. Arms up, feet up. Mid back pressing the floor, low back pressing the floor. Same arm, same leg, moving. 16 reps, 8 aside, and 3, 2, 1.
2. 3. 4. 5.
Good work in there.
6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
All right, side plank, whatever side you finished with, you're gonna start with. So that was my left elbow down, right leg planted on top, 30-second counter. Starts in 3, 2, let's go. Ooh. Try to have a nice straight line from the top of the head, shoulders, through the hips. About halfway. Three, 2, and 1. Very good.
Woo.
I think I rushed the setup. I felt a little extra strain around my knee. All right, get set up. Right knee forward, left leg on top, right elbow down. If you're with me, coming up for 30 and 3, 2, let's go. Shoulders away from here. Stack those shoulders, hips up towards that ceiling. Halfway. Sun is crazy. Last 10. So for me, my right shoulder's feeling stronger in this motion with that left inside of the foot. 3, 2, 1. Come down with control. That left side planted. All right, push back to knees across the body. This is gonna be our second round. If you got time, try to get a third one in. Set up in your plank. Feet about hip distance. And remember, when we're bending, pushing back, keep those knees low. You know what I mean there? So like this.
Yeah.
All right. 10 reps. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Come forward. Knee, 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 knee. Cross, 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 cross. And keep those hips low in your mountain climber. We don't want the butt going higher than your shoulders.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
Last.
10.
All right. What do you think? Another round?
Yeah.
All right. We're gonna do one more. If you're with us, we're gonna come to our back. Should only take another 3. Actually, let's say 5 minutes at most. The side plank variation is pretty tough. 16 total dead bugs, same arm, side as the leg. 3, 2, let's go.
1, 2,
And breathe.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
Oof, side plank. I'm gonna go right shoulder, left foot. 30 seconds total. as long as you can. Shoulders away from the ears, elbow under the shoulder, or maybe a little bit closer to the hips. 30 seconds, starting in 3, 2, and let's go. Just breathe. 10 down. 10 to go. Don't let those hips drop if you can avoid it. 3, 2, and 1.
Woo.
I like these. My knees felt a lot better last time we did these. All right, get your setup. 30 seconds. Get on this mat. 3, 2, and 1. I was doing a bad job. I was looking at my feet. Try to look forward. We're almost there. 3, 2, and 1. Come down. Awesome work, everybody. All right. So, pushbacks to mountain climbers. Find your plank. Last 10. 3, 2, and 1.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10. Woo.
All right, that's all she wrote. Great work, everybody. Great work in there. Again, ask yourself, what movements were the toughest? Why were they the toughest? New, awkward? Do we have a weak link somewhere that we need to improve upon? Try to hit a bunch of different anti-rotational and flexion extension type movements. I wish we had bands and anchors throughout this room, but if I tried to anchor it against wicker furniture, I'd just be tearing it apart. Anyway, keep up the good work. Tomorrow's gonna be a pull, strength, and conditioning day. Hope you can make it, or as always, find us on YouTube. Stay positive, stay hydrated, have a good one. And that's a wrap. Fantastic work this morning. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, please reach out using the comments. I'll get back to you as soon as I can with the best answer possible. If you enjoyed today's workout, please hit the like button, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and of course, share with your friends and family. If you're interested in one-on-one virtual training, I would love to take a few people on as clients. Please let me know. Again, comments, you can reach out. You can hit me up on Instagram at trading848.com. If you're interested in joining in these workouts live every day, get a little bit more consistency in your day, you can follow along on Instagram Live, 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time each weekday. I am currently an out-of-work personal trainer, but if you're interested in donating, helping me out in these tough times, if you're able to, that'd be fantastic. You could reach me on Venmo at Graham-Guthrie. I'll put it up right here. Again, continue working hard, remain positive, stay hydrated, be safe, and until next time, Take care.